What's up? Welcome to our What's Up podcast.
Podcast where we roast people.
No. We interview people.
No, we roast them.
But seriously, this is a podcast where we interview interesting New Zealanders.
Malolele, my name is Asia.
Hi, my name is Taulauniu. We hope you enjoy our podcast.
Always, all days, all nights, sing do I.
Round one.
Hi, Will.
Hey!
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you 5 questions.
Okay, I can't wait. Thank you.
How did you become a podcast producer?
I always had an interest talking out loud because I had to, because in school it was so hard for me to read. I have dyslexia, which for our friends out there, that means that you find it hard to read and words jumble up and it's really difficult. You know, if you can't read properly, so much in our world is reading. You have to read the maths and read English and all that stuff. So that led me down a pathway of using my voice to be able to talk. And then now things like podcasting are popular because people want to have other ways to do things. Like you guys, you got your own podcast now. It's awesome. So that's how I started. And then I was doing a job where I caught the bus. And it was used to be so boring on the bus every day for like an hour. And I was sitting there and then I Googled what to do on the bus if you're bored. And the word podcasting came up and I was like, what's that? And the answer was what we're doing, conversations on the internet, talking about interesting things. And I fell in love with it. That was 13 years ago. How old are you?
13.
So that was when you were a baby.
Yeah.
So when you were in nappies, I was into podcasting.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Did you know I really like Superman?
You did?
Yeah, I love Superman, not the new one, the old Superman. And I love the fact that Superman had this other side to him, Clark Kent. And I always related to that because Clark Kent was this nice, humble guy, a little bit shy, but he had the Superman in him. And I didn't want to be Superman, I wanted to be Clark Kent. So I've kind of lived my life like that, trying to be nice to people, trying to be professional, trying to be kind, and trying to work hard, you know? So I haven't really turned into Superman yet, but that's my dream one day. So when I grow up, like you, I'm going to be Superman.
Oh, how exciting.
I can't wait to fly.
How long did you play rugby?
I played rugby for about 10 years. I wasn't an amazing rugby player. I was okay. But I was good enough to go and live in England and Scotland and Germany and play in those countries. And a crazy story was I flew all the way to England to start my professional career. I was young, 19, and I lost my wallet on the first day. And I remember it had like $1,000 in it. And that was my money to get me around. And I was this young boy in the middle of this country I didn't know. And do you know what saved me? Me being able to speak to people. It wasn't my reading and writing. It was me being able to ask a friendly person if they can help me with a coin so I could make a phone call to get my parents to help me. And that was a really challenging time. But life is full of challenging times, and it's okay. It's okay if things don't work perfect, because if we can speak, we should speak. And that would be my message to you and Side-Eye over here. When you find yourself in trouble, it's okay to speak to somebody to ask for help.
What did you do when you worked in media?
Yeah, so my first job in media was working for the news. And when you watch the news, there's the presenter talking to the camera like we are. And there's a picture behind them, just like we've got here. But that picture behind the news presenter is on a big TV. And I would draw that picture and use the computer to make that. And that was a really fun job, and I really enjoyed that. But I had to move on and do other things. And I just decided that I'm still going to work in media, but it's going to be telling our stories. I love the fact that you're the host of a podcast. That's so cool. You're only 13 and you've got a voice now, and it can be sent out to the world. And so I miss working with all my friends in TV, but I love working with my new friends in podcasting.
What would you do when you retire?
Well, after I have been an awesome podcast producer and I've turned into Superman like I wanted to when I grow up, I hope that I can relax with my family. I have this vision of living in the country somewhere and having a cool little fire and we can sit outside and cook some sausages on it and just chill out. I like the idea of looking up at the stars and just relaxing. You know, our world's a very exciting world. We have internet, we have computers, we have cars that drive themselves, but I think we're missing what our ancestors did for a lot of time, which was just chill out and look up at the stars and relax. And your ancestors and mine, we did that. We were very chilled people, not stressed. And so, you know, you go to school and we all go to work, but I guess my message is like, don't get stressed all the time. Life's cool. Life's cool when you talk to someone. Some of the best times is when I have fun with my friend Vinny and we talk jokes. I mean, I'm sure you have that with Side-Eye where we talk funny and silly and that is beautiful. So I encourage you where you can, talk funny, talk silly and enjoy life.
Round 2.
If you had $1 million, what would you buy?
You know how I talked about Superman? I'd spend $10,000 getting a Superman costume made for me that I could wear underneath my clothes. And then I'd put the other $990,000 in the bank and live off the interest. Done.
Wow, that's weird. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
The first wish is that I have unlimited wishes.
No.
Why? You didn't say I couldn't. The second wish is that, I don't know, everyone's happy. And the third wish is that everything in the world for one day was made of chocolate. And, you know, the batter on fish, you know, when you go fish and chip shop, the crunchy batter. So everything would be made of crunchy batter and chocolate.
If you were on a deserted island, name 3 things you would take.
I would take my wishes. No. I nearly said my family, but that's not a good idea because then they're going to be deserted with me. Probably a way to turn salt water into normal water. I'll take a knife and I'll take a computer that has Starlink on it so that I could get help.
If you were to be with someone famous for a day, who would it be?
Alright, I'm going to sound like a broken record here. So the actor who played Superman, his name's Christopher Reeve. And he's dead now. Actually, do you know what happened to him? He fell off a horse. This is a true story. He fell off a horse and was paralyzed from the neck down. So from the age of like 40 something, which I am, he couldn't walk. But he lived a long life and did lots of amazing things. And lots of people say the real Superman was the man in the wheelchair, right? Who still found love in the world, even though he lost his ability to walk. So I'd love to spend a day with Christopher Reeve, the guy who played Superman, just to hang out, eat chocolate, eat fish batter, and laugh.
Okay.
Side-eye.
This is the last round.
Thanks for coming to our podcast.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
And thank you for everyone for watching. So far, so far.
Always, all days, all nights, sing do I do.